So, someone was, it was a humor on social media where people outlined, or when you start a new year and then you have New Year resolutions and some to-do list, things that your goals, you set goals to achieve them. And so some people wrote, car, I'll buy a car, I'll buy a new phone and everything. But, I haven't seen the list, retrospected and see, okay, so I didn't meet up with this thing. They had another mindset and say, even if I did not buy a phone, they changed it. They now added case, phone case. So if you cannot buy a phone in the in the first year, a phone case. The bottom line is that there is a purchase. A purchase has been made, and what that tells me is that, life is really underrated. Whether I have a lot of things in my head to do, but sometimes I feel really down that, I'm unable to achieve them. Look at me, this is July, or this is the end of June. All those aspirations, all those things, I'm unable to do them. But then it's a reminder that if you are still breathing, you are still alive. And for me, that is all that matters right now. If you are breathing and you are alive and well, because you can be alive and then there's oxygen. You can be alive and you're battling one ailment or the other. You're going to the hospital every now and then. But if you are alive and you are well, don't worry. Just don't worry. Everything will fall into pleasant places for you if you believe it. And it will work for you according to your own faith. So this month of July, it's my month of happiness. I said it, I was preparing for work and I was just saying it, openly and, loudly, that this month is going to be my happy month, the month of congratulations, no death, no sickness. And I think that is to be my affirmation from this 1st of July to the end of July. Because, yes, I need money, but life is worth more than all of it.
Everybody needs money.
Everybody needs money.
It's not even Donald Trump. As wealthy as he is.
Don't go to see they find money.
So everybody needs money. So it's on that note, we say a very big welcome one more time. And we'll just take a few trendy issues.
That's right.
And go straight into our papers.
This morning.
For today.
That's right. So on trending this morning, what is trending is the tax bill. The tax bill is trending. And I'd like to highlight some of the things that we need to know is, to an average Nigeria, it's good news. To an average Nigeria. And I'm going to share why it is good news for an average Nigeria. Now, they said that Tinubu has signed the tax reform bill into law. And what this means for an average Nigeria is that, one, if you earn 800,000 naira or less, that is 800,000 naira per annum, yes, yearly, yes, not monthly.
No.
So
that means you have to earn below 70,000.
Below 70,000. That's even below the minimum wage.
Yes.
That's like 60,000 or 60 plus.
Yes.
Thousand, yes. So they will not cut us. Does that mean that we are even going to? That means we are not even in this category.
No, you and I don't belong to this category. Because
of the new minimum wage.
Because the new minimum wage is on an aggregate of 70,000 per month.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Added up by way of top up to whatever you get.
Yes.
You understand? So you see, by that calculation, it has to be below 60,000 naira.
Yeah. But they shouldn't even be below 60,000, because with the new minimum wage, an average worker should be earning 70 plus. So why they should do this calculation very well.
No, Tinubu is an accountant. He did a thorough research.
Yes.
But for me, it's no good news to me.
Okay, but I think that
tax, I'll still pay tax.
But maybe not as we used to pay.
Yes.
Definitely, because for them, people that earn yearly 800,000 naira, there will be no salary cut. full exemption. That's full exemption they have. Now, if you earn 50 million naira per year, you pay 25% personal tax. And, so this is for those who earn 50 million naira yearly. You know that some people who earn this kind of money yearly. So they were paying higher tax.
Those who work in Shell,
yes,
NDDC, big time multinationals.
So, but good news for small business owners. Maybe we'll just venture into one business because it means that we're not going to be.
Allowed to work to school.
There's no tax for us. That is for business, small business owners. We no longer pay tax. We're talking about the saloon owners, the mechanics out there. We are frying akara just to make tailoring fashion designers.
But how can you fry akara pay tax?
You don't know. In fact, I think that it should also trickle down to our markets. Those people, petty traders. You see all those people, it's not even the federal or the MPS or the MBS.
Do you know that it's even the civil servants that even pay more tax? Because let me tell you why. They deduct at source.
At source.
But the market woman has never paid. The kind of tax that they pay is the daily collection.
That they collect.
Where the tax source will just go there and say, money
order
for your space. That was the taxation.
Yes. But are they going to scrap all of those? Because if this is happening from the federal, it should trickle down to the local government.
It can never be. It can never.
Because that's the internally generated.
The IGR.
The IGR.
Yes.
That's how they generate the revenue. But let's see. Now, from 2026, company income tax will reduce from 30% to 25%. That's good news for those who business, real business people. And then there will be no more VAT on food. When you buy food, they take VAT from you.
Yes, now that's if you go to big time restaurant.
Yes, they say that there will be no more VAT on food, electricity, school fees, medicines, hospital services, and I think that this is it's going to be a huge relief for Nigerians. Now, another one we need to know is that VAT still remains 7.5%. They're not going to add anything to it, and the company income tax still 30% till 2026. Now, there is a new development levy that is 2% to 4% to support the NEL fund, the TET fund, the NITDA, the TEC, and the NASENI. And also, finally, what this means is that people who are average Nigerians will have that break. They no longer pay tax, and small business owners are also exempted from paying tax. Then, big earners and companies, so those big, I don't want to mention brands' name, will be paying tax more, and of course, more funds for our education, like the NEL fund now and all those technical, TET fund. There will be more money going into those kind of things.
Yes,
now,
you see,
that's why it's a big.
for me, it's a big one. For me, they are political. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they fall under the scorecard of Mr. President. You understand? Look at what is happening in Kenya. As a result of increase in taxation. You understand? They have serious problems there. You understand? So, Tinubu has given us a soft landing by saying VAT that used to be at 7.5 maintains the status quo. There's no increase.
There's an increase.
Right? Rather, what we have is some of these areas that have taxes attached to it, like medicine, food, and all of that, will also be taken away. So, they are political.
You think so?
Of course now.
But somehow it will help ameliorate the plight of.
The Buhari removed that when he was there. He did not, Obasanjo did that. Just good luck to that. No. So if a president comes in to bring in all of these soft landings, they are all calculated attempts to tell the populace that during my time,
I did this and I did that.
I did that, and all of that.
Okay, so another thing that is also trending that I must talk about is the fact that Fubara and Wike have finally reconciled, as seen on on our national television.
But do you know the conditions are?
I don't get to know the conditions, but you see, when I saw that video, I was like, you see what I said? I've been saying, I said it from the onset. They said, it's a government. I say, hey, he who pays the piper, the taste its tune. So you knew you were going to apologize. You knew you were going to reconcile. Why not do it? You would have done that.
No, the initial grab.
Why? To what end?
Was called for, because if there were no interventions, that they will give the 1 year state of emergency, right?
Oh, if he didn't reconcile with Mickey,
yes,
it will continue.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it because if he had, made peace with Mickey from the onset,
there was no way he would have
this
made
kind of
peace.
things wouldn't have happened.
There was no way he would have made peace earlier than now. This is about the best time. When two people go to war, at a point, the war must wage on before one would now have to solve better.
Okay.
It's just like a husband and wife quarrel. When the war is on, one person must play the fool, and cool down the tempo of the war.
That's true.
So that's what transpired between Wike and a lot of people were disappointed. They started calling Fubara frog eye.
But I like that they have reconciled, and I pray and hope that peace returns, normalcy returns to Rivers State.
Definitely.
The sole administratorship should just start packing his, because of course
the man was
soon hand over.
He was so much in a hurry to do a lot of things. Imagine he has a particular on the budget, CCTV, he would be some millions.
Oh, wow.
Then about 2 or 3 topics too. The House of Rep committee on Rivers State have to call into order, to say, under this short period, you want to do a budget of, and if they pay him that money, it's goodbye.
It's goodbye.
But for me, the conditions were so tough for Wike,
For Fubara.
He has just 1 term. He will not nominate local government chairman. He will not bring in
imagine what happened to Ambode. This was exactly what happened. If he had also, I know that the godfatherism, playing out in our political system is eating deep into our fabrics, just like you would say. But I feel like if somebody is your godfather, you should take instructions. Otherwise, you do it your own way. Can you deliver yourself? That's the question. If you know you cannot, and somebody brought you and literally anointed you to be on that platform, a yes sir becomes very necessary at this point. Unfortunately, that's where we are. Amen. Okay, there's another news trending. Delta State violence against all person law. So it means from section 16 of the Delta State VAP law 2015 that if you're somebody, especially for our girls, but our women and girls, that if you don't like to wear clothes, don't love to cover yourself properly, just like I'm covered right now, and whether you're going to work, to school, anywhere, and your body is showing. Your body here means maybe your cleavages, you're opening, you're wearing a tank top, and your stomach is just everywhere, and you're literally naked. You're going to now be arrested.
I like that law.
And be penalized.
I like that law.
Yes, sir.
I like that law, but that should not be it should not be punitive, by way of fine. But if you say community service,
There is an option
I think I would prefer more of the community service.
or an option of
No, not the option of fine.
no fine. They should
Yes,
expunge it.
Yes, they should expunge it out. Just community service, okay. Go to West Egg Secondary School.
Go and clean the
clean
bush.
toilet. That will humiliate you and humble you.
Honestly,
You understand? So that when you get home, you just pack all those clothes that
I go and bought them.
and just keep them somewhere. Except otherwise, the security men will capitalize on it.
Right.
You understand? They'll capitalize on the financial aspect.
True.
That they might not even take it to the headquarters.
They will
They'll
just
just carry out their justice.
away.
Oh yeah, take it and release you.
Oh, and people will just stop.
You know, I met 2 ladies on Saturday. One was decently dressed, and the other, all her everywhere.
Everywhere.
I almost wanted to tell her that look at your friend. Look at how she's properly dressed. You cannot even see any up to her neck. And she was looking good. You understand? I said, look, if I'm a man, is this one?
I'll go for
that. You who is exposing all the good things God has done. If you expose this one, then what do you do when you trying to get inside the house? You understand? You know, so a woman should be well dressed. You know, because the truth, most of all these kind of dresses that are seductive, they lead the men to hell.
They lead them astray.
Not only astray, they lead them to hell.
Okay.
You know, because eventually, you know, what is on a man's mind? Do you understand?
True.
One thing leads to another, and the next thing is hello. I saw a man of God. He didn't know I was there. I was just by the side. And he just drove past and saw a beautiful girl like that. So, hello. Hey. Well, I didn't call him by his plenty worker. I said, the law. God is the lawyer. I said, the law. But, you know, the attitude of that. So you can imagine.
Can imagine what's going on. No, it's actually crazy. And I love what you said. People can say, okay, isn't that 50,000? Like you said, some policemen will say, bring what do you get? You bring 5,000, that's it. Tomorrow you wear it again. But if there are, you know, you're punished by carrying out community service, washing toilets, going to Ogonogo market and washing the toilets there, or clearing, you know, some portion of, you know, or clearing desilting drainages, you know, I don't think they will wear it because this is becoming an eyesore. What they do is they copy. They go online and then they copy as celebrities. See, those people you're copying, they come out from their house, they enter their car, and then they attend that event, straight into their car. It's for the camera. I don't think that is how they even behave outside camera. So I don't know. It's really, really sad when I see some young girls. In fact, the one that is paining me the most is when I see a lady that, you know, your stomach is not even flat. Stomach is like GP tank, and you're showing off. What exactly? In the world's name are you showing off? Your